Is about sparkling, and I think that it's really important to always be transparent, because I think that's what helps us be the most authentic and us stay connected. So over these past 5 months, I was always intimidated to do these lives. For those that are newer to following me, I'm so grateful that you're here. And just to share a little bit about my background, before I was a yoga teacher, I had a video production company, which I still have, United TV, and I would always be on, right? I would be interviewing people on camera. So for me to do these live yoga teaching classes, it's a lot of vulnerability, because I teach yoga, I don't have to be on when I'm in person, right? Like, I am just so authentically myself. I let it all come out. You know what's happening in my personal life, because every theme that I come up with is literally what I'm currently going through and living in this spiritual realm of humanity, right? But guess what? Once I moved out of my own way and stopped worrying about judgments of being myself, you guys want that too. You don't want it to be perfect, right? You want the realness, the rawness. And that is what our theme is about today, is about sparkling and being who we are and knowing how perfect that is. And I'm wearing my sparkly pants. I have my sparkle Halo Hearts design bracelet. I don't know if you could see, it has my kids' names on them. So all the sparkle, all the bling. And I have to show you, I am so in love with these Sunshiners pieces. I put them in my post today, but how breathtakingly amazing are these? So you can hang them, you can do it indoor or outdoor. They're all handmade, one of a kind, right here in West Palm Beach. And they're reasonable, they're like under $50, right? Like, look at this, with all the chakras and crystals. How gorgeous. I am so in love with them. If you have any questions, I have a discount code for you, Brie. It gets you free shipping, and then they make this little lotus sunshiner that you can get included. I thought they're awesome gifts, and I just like to share whenever I have these finds with you. All right, it's time for yoga. So let's find our comfortable seat today. That could be your cross-leg Sukhasana. Some days you want to open the hips, come to your Baddha Konasana. If you're up for half or full lotus. And then close your eyes, because it's time to begin. Connect, mind, body, breath, the union, the yoga coming together. Placing your hands anywhere on your lap. Spine is nice and tall. Lean back just a little bit so you can feel your shoulders above your hips. The chin is parallel to the ground. And envision through the crown chakra, the top of your head, that it's reaching up to the sky. Consciousness more than effort. So bring your hands to heart center and know that you sparkle the most when you are you. So if you've been playing small or worried what others are going to think if you're your authentic self, I'm giving you permission to just do it. Right? Just be. See the world through the eyes of your inner child. Sparkle in all of amazement, just as your inner child would see love and magic and mystery in the ordinary and extraordinary things. If you'd like to dedicate this practice, perhaps even to your little person, right? Like, if you could go back and tell your inner child something, what would it be? And I promise you are perfect just the way you are. As you're ready, open the eyes. Release your prayer hands all the way up above you. Open your arms, lift your heart. And then exhale, take the arms by your side. Let's do it a couple more times. Inhale, arms reach. Gaze up towards your fingers. Start to engage the eyes. Exhale, release, arms by your side. Do it one more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, arms by your side. Let's start with a spinal twist. Left hand to your right knee. Right arm goes behind you. As you inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, look over your right shoulder. Again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. And then double helix. Let your chin look over the left shoulder. Get a nice stretch in your neck. And then come back to center and switch. Right hand, left knee. Left arm comes behind you. As you inhale, nice and tall. As you exhale, twist. Let it come from your upper back, so look beyond the left shoulder. Again, inhale to lengthen, exhale, twist. And then double helix, chin looks over that right shoulder. And then come to center, beautiful, and release. Let's switch the cross of our legs for those that are in Sukhasana. Otherwise, you can stay as you are. And let's start to hinge forward, walking your hands in front of you. You can bend your forearms and take them down to the earth. If you've got your props nearby, you can even place it to bring the floor up to you. It's kind of sweet. And you take a little stretch over to the right, just seeing what is being felt in the body today. Every time we roll out our mat, it's a brand new experience, right? And then come to center, take it over to the left. What areas could you find more space in? And then come back to center, walk your hands in. We're gonna do our cat-cow stretches in the seated position. So your palms are gonna stay facing down now, and then we're gonna round the back. So go ahead, tuck your chin in. You can engage and lean back a little bit to enhance the stretch. And then as you inhale, you're gonna lift up and look up. So maybe you even tilt the pelvic forward. And then again, exhale, round and hunch. And then on your inhale, we open. Good, just do it one more time. It should feel really nice on the spine. Coming up, arching and opening. And then exhale and find center. Let's find our tabletop next. All fours. Wrists line up under the shoulders, knees under your hips. And then from here, let's extend the right arm forward. The thumb will face up. Tuck the left toes. You can keep the leg on the ground, or you could elevate it hip height. Main thing here is draw the pit of your belly up and in so we engage that core. Now, awkward airplane. The right arm's gonna go out to the right. Bend your left knee like you're a dog that's about to pee on a fire hydrant. And then extend that left leg out. So a lot of core work, creating tapas and heat. Good, now bring everything back to center. Bend your left knee, and with your right hand, see if you could reach back for that ankle. You can kick into the leg, adding a back bend here. Taking a mental screenshot of this moment, because you might revisit it later on through something similar, hint, hint. And then release, arm forward, leg back, hand down, knee down, side two. Left arm reaches, thumb faces up. Right toes can tuck as you extend the right leg. If you want more, float it so it's hip height. Just draw the pit of the belly up and in. That way we engage that mula bandha. Left arm goes out to the side for awkward airplane. So right knee stays hip height. And then you can extend that right leg out. And we're breathing. Good. Everything back to center. Bending the right knee with your left hand. Find a foot or ankle. You can kick into it. Looking up. And then slowly release. Arm forward, leg back, hand down, knee down. Child's pose. Yogi's choice. So I'm cool if you want to keep the knees together or separate them. You can extend the arms. You could take prayer hands. You could sleep like my 2-year-olds, right? Threading your arms through. He may or may not be on the Today Show tomorrow morning for those that tune in. I just got notification. So cool. I could stay here. Anybody else? And then finding your way into your first official dog. So go ahead, tuck those toes. I like a turbo dog for the first one where the knees are bent. That way we really extend the spine. And then you might want to take your dog for a walk, straighten through that right leg. And then bend the right knee, straighten through the left. Just see what's happening. All those nooks and crannies. Maybe you come high up on your 10 toes, lift your heels. Dial them to the right, push the mat forward, look under left arm. Good, high lifted heels, dial them left, look under your right arm. How much space can you find to shine? And then one more time, high lifted heels, sink them down. First official dog, so let's shift forward into plank up or push up position. That way we know our alignment is correct. So some of you might have had to walk the hands forward, totally cool. Lift your hips up and back, and now you're in dog. So heels may never touch the earth, and guess what? I'm a yoga teacher, been doing this 10 years, and mine rarely touch, okay? But that deals with proportion. How long are your arms? How long are your legs? How's the torso? So as long as we have the direction of energy shooting down through the heels, we're good. And then look to the top of your mat and go ahead and walk your feet to your hands. Nice and slow. Feet end up about hips width distance apart. I'm cool if you go a little wider too. Sometimes the hamstrings are stubborn, knees are soft. Just hang here. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck. You can side to side sway it out. Some of you like to grab opposite forearms. Little traction around the head. Good, and then release if you did do the clasp. And one vertebra at a time, we're gonna push into our feet, knees stay soft, chin is tucked. Roll all the way up to standing, shoulders up, back, and down. Can you feel something happening here? Bringing your toes together, mountain pose, we're at the top of the mat. Draw the pit of the belly up and in, shoulders are on the back body. On an inhale, reach your arms out and up. As you exhale, fold forward. Hands can come down to the ground. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like. On an inhale, we flatten the spine. So maybe bring the hands to your shins. Think about crown of the head pulling forward as the tailbone roots back. Shoulders on the back of your body. And then exhale, hands frame your feet as you step back, plank again. So from here, you can go halfway down for chaturanga or all the way down, releasing the pelvic floor. Tops of the feet come onto your mat, so cobra. Hands in line with the chest. Inhale, lift up, gaze is up. If you want to be honest, float your hands about an inch off your mat, and that way you know the work is happening through the spine. The hands, you can use them as an assist, but don't let them do everything, right? And then exhale, release, back to down dog. So a couple ways to get there. You could reverse plank if you're feeling strong. You can come back to table and then tuck. No matter how you get there, it's where we meet. Pose becomes extremely familiar. And what's cool with down dog is no matter what style of yoga you practice, that's something we can always count on, right? So spread the fingers, put some weight into the finger pads. Biceps continue to frame the ears as the chest pulls back. On an inhale, let's reach our right leg up and back, open, bend, and stretch. Take the heel to the glute, look under your right arm. And then square off the shoulder, so look under your left arm. Extend the leg back behind you. Flex your foot, toes are down, so close the hip. Look forward, right foot's gonna step to the right hand. It's a high crescent lunge. So isometrically squeeze the inner thighs together. That way when you come up, you've got some foundation. The arms reach up. If it's too much, with your knee off the mat, you can drop that back knee down. That's your modification if you're a beginner. Taking spinal twist, hands at heart center. We're gonna try to take the left elbow to the outside of the thigh. Now keep pressing your hands in together so the thumbs stay at heart center. Beautiful. You could stay here. You can exalt the left hand down to the outside of the foot and the right arm reaches up. You can gaze up towards that right hand. If it's too much on the neck, you keep it down. Good. Back to high crescent lunge. And now let's bring both hands to the inside of our right foot. Heel to the right foot to the edge of your yoga mat. So it's a lot with the knee off the mat. Modify by dropping it. If you want a deeper stretch, feel free to lower onto the forearms. If you'd like to add in an additional twist, left hand to your right ankle, right hand to the right thigh, and then take a peek over. If you want a 2-for-1 special, bend your back foot into the glute with your hand. See if you can draw the heel in for twisted monkey. You could lean back. It's a beautiful quad stretch. And then let's rewind that jazz. Hands are gonna frame the right foot. Left knee lifts if it's not already. Right foot steps back in Vinyasa, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, take it back into down dog. Deep breath in. Let's take an open mouth exhale. And then back to Ujjayi breath. Left leg rises, open, bend, and stretch. Heel to your glute. Look under that left arm. Feels good. Look under the right arm, a little more constricted. Extend the leg, close the hip, toes face down. Look forward, high crescent lunge. Left foot to the left hand. Staying on the ball of your back foot. Inhale, reach up. So again, if it's too much, drop your back knee. Feeling the stretch in the psoas as we lengthen. And then hands at heart center, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, spinal twist. Keep pressing your hands in towards each other, thumbs rest at heart. You could exalt. Slowly release back to high crescent lunge. And then the hands are going to lower down inside the foot. Heel toe your left foot to the edge of your mat. Again, stay here. You could drop your knee. You could come to your forearms. Keep projecting the heart forward. Right hand, left ankle, left hand to the thigh. If you want to add in that quad stretch, bend the right knee so the heel comes back, and with your left hand, draw in. Maybe leaning back. All right, let's slowly unravel all that. Heel to left foot in, right knee lifts. Step it back, and vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Let's walk our hands back to our feet. So I'm making you think a little bit, hands to feet. There you go. And with your peace sign fingers, we're going to hook around the big toes. So index and middle. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. And then when you exhale, the crown comes down towards the earth. Bend your elbows. Maybe start to lift your sitting bones. Notice if you're heavy in the heels, can you transfer the weight into the balls of your feet? Yeah, you feel that ignition. Good. Slowly release, bring your hands onto your hips, and with a flat back, let's come all the way up to stand. Good. Bring your toes together. We're going to find chair pose at the back of the mat. On an inhale, arms reach up. Sink a little lower. Reach the arms a little higher. One more breath. And then fold in again. Open your feet hips width distance apart. Now lace your hands behind your back. See if you could reach your arms up and overhead as you start to transfer the weight again into the toes. Crown comes down. If it's too much to keep your palms together, I'm okay if you'd like to separate. Think about squeezing something in between the scapula that you don't want to drop. Lots of shoulders, lots of hammies, lots of quads, preparing us. And then go ahead, release the arms back to the ground. You're going to walk yourself forward into plank pose, up or push-up position. Hold for 3, for 2, and then chaturanga. Inhale, back bend to choice. Exhale, take it back. All right, combining all of that jazz, we're going to find our first warrior. Right leg rises. Go ahead, step it through. Warrior 1. Left foot pivots flat. On an inhale, arms reach up. So the difference between warrior 1 and high crescent is your left heel is on the mat for warrior. See, with that foundation, we have more rooting. So we have to really energetically lean, reach, expand through the torso. One more breath. And then exhale, hands frame the right foot. Let's step back, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog, left side. Left foot's going to step to the top of your mat. Use the core control to help you transition. Right foot flat. On an inhale, we rise. So if you're newer to yoga, think about your toes of the back foot pointing to the front corner of your mat. Left knee tracks over that left ankle and both hips come forward. And then we lengthen through the torso. So it's a strong pose. You've got one more breath. Exhale, hands are going to frame the left foot, step back and lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, take it back. For those that watch the replay of this yoga, your messages are so cool. Seeing you guys practice in the mountains. You could be anywhere you want to be in the visualization, right? All right, bring your toes together. You're going to look forward, soften your knees. You can jump, step, or walk your feet to your hands. Do it lightly. On an inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, fold in. Chair pose, one breath. Come to stand. Release your arms. Good. Bring your hands to your hip. Let's take a back step with the left foot, preparing for our pyramid stretch. So the right toes point forward. Left toes are still on a 45-degree angle. Couple options. First one, you can grab opposite elbows behind you. Second one, you could do fist to fist, where you kind of pump it out, right? Final, reverse prayer. So see if you can get your palms to touch. If you're able to, I like to scooch the pinkies up a little higher. Now keeping the legs straight, you're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to hinge from the hip. So nice extension through the spine. Once you've got the extension, you can fold in. And then what I notice here typically is we let the left leg take a lot of weight. So I want you to transfer the weight into the right leg. Pull the right hip back. That way the hips stay level. So those micro adjustments really make a difference. Now lower your left hand under the left shoulder, or you can use your block. Bring it onto the ground. And then bring your right hand to your right hip. That way you keep pulling the right hip back. Lengthen through the torso. Stay here or reach your right arm up for revolve triangle. You can gaze up towards that right hand. Good. And then soften all that. Soften the right knee. Let it go for a moment. Bringing your hands onto your hips, and with the flat back, let's come up. Soften the front knee, step the left foot up, and then step the right foot back. Again, we're going to do our pyramid stretch. So right toes, front corner of the mat, left leg is straight. You can go in for opposite elbows. If you didn't go the opposite way, so just reverse it. You could do your reverse prayer, or fist to fist is your compromise. For those in reverse namaste, try even a little higher. Scooch those fingers up. Inhale, lengthen, hug quadricep onto bone, hinge forward, crown forward, tail back. So I already feel this in the left hamstring. Now that I've got the extension, I can start to tuck in. And again, what's happening with the hips? Are you bringing that right one back? Can you bring that one forward and the left one back? Transfer more weight in that standing leg. Yeah. And then from here, you can release your hands. It should feel nice. You can bring your block under that right hand, okay? Keep in mind you can do it vertical, horizontal, or kind of in between. Left hand to the left hip. So some of you are going to stay here. Crown forward, tail is rooting back. If you want more, turn the torso to the left and reach your left arm up, revolved triangle. Don't let this pose fool you. It's hard. But you can do it. Last breath. And then let all that go. Soften the front knee. Recover. You're going to step your right foot up to meet the left now. Toes are going to go out and the heels will stay in. Drop it into garland pose. There's very few classes we don't come down into this pose, right? There's a reason. It's amazing. Bring your hands to heart center. If you are going to a deserted island and you can only bring 3 yoga poses with you, this would be one of them. Strengthens, opens, so good. All right, if you want a little more, right arm will come down like a kickstand, the left arm will reach up. You could bind, bending left elbow, take the hand behind your back, and this right arm could wrap around. I'm gonna give you the option to add in a standing balance here. It's a version of Birds of Paradise. So you walk your left foot in, stay bound, and then you're gonna slowly come to standing on the left leg. So in this variation, the right foot stays flexed, but you don't extend the leg. And then when you're ready to release, coming back into your squat, and you can take it to the second side. Left arm down, right arm up. Again, half or full bind. And then you could stay or play. So you bring your right foot. So the heel has to be under this hip. And then you root to rise. So push down into the leg. A little wobbly is okay. It's fine twitch muscles. And then you stay bound. Just notice. Flex the foot. And then release. Everybody, hands down. Bring your toes together. Crow pose. So you're going to root your hands. Your hips have to stay high to fly. Look up and look forward. Transfer the weight into your hands. Lifting one or both feet. Think about rounding your upper back. You could stay or you could work on jumping back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, take it back. Deep breath in, open mouth, exhale. Preparing for warrior 2. Right leg is going to reach up. You're going to step the right foot between your hands. Heel to arch alignment. Right heel in line with the back arch of your foot. The left arm picks you up and voila. Gazes out over that right middle finger. Right knee tracks towards the second or third toe, and then the left arm pulls you back slightly so that your wrists line up over your ankles. From here, we're gonna reverse, right palm up, left arm down the back leg, bicep over ear. So do your favorite expression here. I know some of you like to half bind. Maybe you wanna look back towards the left foot. And then back to warrior two, straighten your front leg. Bring your left foot in one time, preparing for triangle. Arms reach forward, get the extension. And then your right hand could lower to a shin, a block, bind your big toe. Left arm stacks over. You could extend your bicep over the ear. Into half moon. Left hand to the left hip. You're gonna bend your right knee. Again, you can bring your block in front of the foot, maybe 6 to 8 inches. Transfer the weight into the right leg. Extend your left leg back. Stay here, turn the chest open. Stay here, stack left arm. Chapasana, if you want it, maybe floating your right hand off your mat. Maybe taking it to heart center. To release, take it back, warrior two. So the left arm picks you up. Nice work. Straighten both legs. Hands onto your hips, pivot your right foot in, wide leg straddle pose. Edges of your feet in line with edges of your mat. Hinge forward. Releasing the hands. Let's turn the fingers around so they're behind us. As wide as your stance is, it's going to be a little easier. If the crown of your head comes down easily, you'll open up even more. If you feel like you're so far away, right, keep heel toeing the feet out and just recover. It's a cooling pose here. Lift the inner arches of your feet. Good. Bring your hands back in front of you. Keep your right hand under the right shoulder. You're going to bring your left hand to your left hip. Turn the torso, stay here or reach left arm up. Stay here or bind left arm behind your back for your right hip. Maybe this right arm grabs anywhere outside the left leg and you pull yourself in. And then switch sides. So level one, left hand under left shoulder, right hand, right hip. Turn torso to the right. Right arm could reach up. Just stop where it feels good, right? Arm behind your back, left hip. Left hand reaches anywhere outside that right leg. Pull yourself in. And then release all that. We're going to bring our hands back onto the hips. And with a flat back, we rise. Nice work. Warrior two, left side. So left foot spins open, heel to arch alignment. Bend deeply into that left knee. And then add in the arms. So notice, is the left knee coming in? Can you externally rotate? Are you leaning forward? Can that right wrist line up over the heel? Shoulders on the back body, vertical spine. Gaze out over the left middle finger. And then reverse, left palm up, right arm reaches down. Your favorite variation. Take chin mudra if you want it, thumb and pointer, half bind. Even looking back to the right foot. Into warrior two. And straighten. Heel toe the back foot in, Trikonasana, arms extend. Whatever variation you choose, don't dump down your weight into this left leg. Like, be light. You could float your left hand away if you wanted to. Uttika Trikonasana, bicep over the ear. Lots of heart openers. Into half moon. So right hand to the right hip. Again, if you want to use your block, bring it to the outside of the left foot. Transfer the weight into the left standing leg. You could stay or reach your right arm up. If you're near a wall, lean back into it. Chapasana, bending the heel. Final variation. Maybe you float your left hand to your heart. And then with as much grace as possible, touch warrior two and straighten. Hands on hips, left foot in. Inhale. Exhale. So yogi's choice, if you want to invert into your tripod headstand. Otherwise, you can reach for the outsides of your feet as you pull in. You could even do a wide leg dog. I'm going to give you about 5 breaths. So for those that are inverting, think of 3 points of a triangle. So the forehead and then the crown is 1, the hands are other 2, coming onto the tippy toes so that you float your legs up and together. So it's like you're moving through water. It's not like you're piking up and pushing into it. It becomes effortless once you get the bones stacking. And when you're ready to release, open back up lightly, slowly, gently, the feet come down. Nice, hands on your hips. Flat back. Turn your toes to face the front of your mat, soften your knee. Step your back foot up to meet it. We're going to clean the slate with a vinyasa and then we'll be at our peak pose. On an inhale, arms reach out and up. As you exhale, take it forward and down. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, jump, step, walk it back. Meet in dog. Optional vinyasa if you like it. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Toes together, look forward, bring your feet to your hands your way. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, reverse swan. Arms reach out and up. And then release the hands. Okay, can anyone guess what we're doing? Every pose has led up to now. So it's our king dancer pose. So we're going to transfer the weight into our left leg first. The right arm reaches out like we're hitchhiking, okay? And we're going to reach for our inner arch of the foot. So that way the shoulder is externally rotated. The left arm will reach up. Beginners, if you want to use a wall, let your left hand touch the wall or a chair, right? Like something you can grab. And then slowly try to get your chest parallel to the ground as you kick into the right leg. The left fingers can do a chin mudra. Maybe the toes come up and over your head like a crown. King dancer. And then whenever you're ready to release, slowly come out. Release the right foot. Good. Other side. So all the weight in the right leg. Left hand out, thumb faces up, right? So that way we reach for the inner heel, inner arch of the foot. Right arm reaches up. So this may be where some of you are at. This is hard. We're balancing on one foot. As we start to gain confidence, we hinge. Maybe your chin mudra. Maybe right hand touches something. Maybe left toes come up and overhead. Find your focal point. Something that's not moving. It will help you. Steady mind, steady body, steady breathing. And then when you're ready to release, hit the rewind button and lower. Okay, we're coming down to stretch. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, root your hands, jump or step back. Your choice, vinyasa or meet in dog. Right leg rises. Right knee, right tricep, hover and hold. Exhale, take it back. Right knee, left tricep, hover, hold. Exhale, take it back. Pigeon pose. Right knee glides behind the right wrist. Lower your shin. Slowly releasing that left leg. Look over the left shoulder to make sure your hip, knee, and ankle are in the same plane. If you'd like to use any props, slide it under. And then fold. First time, we're kind of going to surrender. Notice how you feel. Can you get the best from the practice instead of the poses getting the best of you? So you're going to stay for 3 more breaths. If you want to add in your quad stretch or shoulder stretch, you can come back upright. Bending the left foot in. You can reach around with one or both hands, and if you kick into the leg, it's a nice shoulder opening. If you want to practice your mermaid, the toes will come into the left elbow crease and the right arm reaches up. You might be able to get your bind. And then slowly unravel. Take it back into a 3-leg dog your way, extending that right leg up. If you want to flip your dog, make sure you've got this space by looking under your left shoulder. Bring the right ball of the foot down, and then right arm arches over. And then it's up to you. You want a 3 or 4-legged vinyasa, or do you want to just stay in your dog? Honor you. Right foot down, left leg rises. Left knee, left tricep. Let's hover, hold it. Exhale, take it back. Left knee, right tricep. Work those obliques. Exhale back. Pigeon pose. Never felt so good. Left knee, left wrist, shin releases. Releasing that right leg, top of the foot. So sometimes it veers off to the side. So take a peek over the right shoulder. Make sure everything's linear. Using any props under the left sits bone. And then melting belly, chest, and forehead. Of course, you can do these poses on your back, taking figure 4. It's a little less intense because we're not letting gravity control us. We're on our back, and then you pull yourself in as much as you want. So our goal in yoga is to know it's a practice, but we have to accept what we can't change. And then we try to work through the tension. And those are the things that we can. If we have an injury or it's compression or it's bone hitting bone, we're never going to be able to manipulate that, right? So we use it as a metaphor on our yoga mat, and then we take it with us as we roll it up. So stay if you're in somewhere good. If you want to add in your quad, you walk your hands back in. I always recommend bringing the heel in towards the groin and then bending the foot. Again, you could reach back, kick into it. So it's kind of like King Dancer, opening shoulders, or mermaid, the toes come into the elbow crease, and then find the clasp, leaning into that left arm if you want. And then slowly release, 3-leg dog, rewind, left leg up and back. Do your thing, flipping if you wish, toes down, left arm up, arch it over. Final vinyasa, 3 or 4 legs, shifting forward, lowering, inhale, and exhale. Final dog of the practice. Notice how this one compares. See, my heels are closer to the mat. And then look forward. You're going to drop to your knees as we come to a standing knee position, preparing for camel pose. So beginners, tuck the toes. Advanced, leave the tops of your feet down. Hands could be on your lower back as you project the hips forward. Create the arch in your back. So believe it or not, this is all you need to do to get your back bend. You can challenge the drishti looking up. If it's okay with the neck, drop the head back. And then maybe both hands reach for the ankles, opening the front body, opening the back body. Exhilarating. Inhale through the nose, and then stick out your tongue. Lion's breath. As you're ready to release, you always want to tuck your chin, hands back to the low back, come up, bring your knees together, sit back on the heels. Right hand on the bottom, left hand on top, connect to your thumbs. And just notice your heart rate. It probably accelerated a little bit. Calm the central nervous system down. Go within. Even taking both hands on your heart, you can take a gratitude moment. I am proud of you. And then from here, let's see if we can open our feet and sit back between our heels. You can use a block if it's too extreme. And you can also line your belly and just bring the heels into you. Otherwise, let's try to lean back. You could stay here. You could come to forearms. You can even take it all the way back. Grab opposite elbows. So the quads are getting mega love here. We did a lot of lunges. We did a lot of warriors. So we're just expanding, stretching, and opening. Know that all sensation is temporary. So if it's good, let it be good. And if it's not so good, it will pass. Slowly coming back up. You can bring your hands forward. Extend the leg, extend the other. And then just sit on your bottom, extend both legs forward. And we're gonna come onto our backs. So last bit of core work, extend your arms forward as you lower, or you can use your arms as brake pads. If you're like, whew, F this, I've done enough today. And just find Shavasana for a moment. We've got like 3 more poses before we're here for good. So take the knees into your belly. Our camel was our back bend along with all the up dogs and the cobras. Believe it or not, even in our table in the beginning of our warm-up, when we grab the foot and dancer, all those are back bends. So into happy baby, it's a nice way to neutralize the spine. Your knees come towards your armpits and your hands could reach for your feet. Some days I like holding onto the edges and others I like the heels. Of course, if you can't reach, use any props, or you can just hold on to your ankles anywhere you can. Chin is tucked, tailbone is long. And if you didn't go upside down and you'd like to invert, you'll bring your legs together, legs up the wall. Inversion, heart below feet. Okay, so you get all this new circulation. Shoulders stay on our plow, hands release onto the low back. You could release the feet overhead. Just taking 5 breaths. And then slowly releasing onto your back. Let's extend the left leg and hug your right knee in. Lace your fingers just below, rotate your ankle. And then take it counterclockwise. You're going to open your right arm like a wing, and with your left hand, take the knee over to the left. Melt the right shoulder down, and then look past your right hand. So you could stay here, or you could bend your bottom leg so the heel comes to the glute and find cat's tail, right hand to the foot. Sending everything back to balance in this twist. Noticing the breath is a little softer as we prepare for relaxation. So slowly release the bottom leg. Let the knee and head return to center. Maybe you point the right toes and extend the leg up, and with a little bit of core control, you lower the leg. Good. Hug the left knee in, lace the fingers. Left arm out like a wing. With your right hand, take the knee across the body to the right. The left shoulder melts down, gazes to the left. Staying here, bending bottom leg, heel to glute, and left hand reaches cat's tail. And then releasing everything back to center. Left leg up, toes point, and lower. So if you are requesting final Shavasana in this moment, please take it. If there's a pose we didn't get to, or you'd like to join me in Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing feet together, knees open. Maybe arms gently touch overhead, fingers create this infinity where we connect at the feet and the hands, and the body is resembling the butterfly, transitional, open, and ready. Letting armor down, letting the veil down, so you can shine your brightest. And you know what? If it's too bright for some people, let them put their shades on. Be the light. Those that are meant to be in your path will find their way, whether it's a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Only when you're ready, extending the limbs, taking final rest, softening the face, the eyes, the areas around the cheekbones, the nose, and the jaw. So the bones are heavy into the earth, the muscles are relaxed. Separate your teeth. Float the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Absorbing every benefit, physically, mentally, and energetically, that the practice gave you. I am love. Staying as long as you wish. If you're ready to reawake and come back to the senses, the sounds of the music and my voice, the chimes. You can blink the eyes open for sight and then close them again. Draw the knees into the belly. Give yourself a little hug. Grab opposite elbows if you wish. Touch. Take a deep breath in. Maybe you lit some candles or incense or oil. Smell. And then whenever you're ready, you'll roll into your fetal position. Coming up to seated, licking the lips. Taste. So you'll keep the eyes soft so the journey stays within. Bring your hands to heart center. Bow your chin to your fingertips. And if no one has given you permission to just be yourself, I think this pandemic has really, really heightened everything. And I'm not saying go out there and tell everyone the realness of how you feel, but just shine your light and be authentically you, and you will sparkle. Thank you for allowing me to guide you. Thank you for allowing me to be my fullest self. Namaste.